Hi, we're
Hi.
back. You have come once again to Off the Rails with Eric and Aisha. We are recording on Sunday, March 1st.
Mm-hmm.
Hot off the press of USA Indoor Championships. How are we feeling, Eric?
Just wrapped. A lot's happened today besides USA's.
Yeah, there's so much to talk about.
There's a good amount of things on the agenda today. So USA's was fun. Some great races, some big surprises, but yeah, where's your head at right now? What are you thinking about?
Okay, let me just get this gripe out first.
Here we go. Here we go.
I told Eric I was feeling a little spicy today.
Yeah.
So it's really annoying and like embarrassing as a track fan when you have to like explain to people what's happening and who's going and that like the window to chase, like that whole situation sucks. So if you're a new track fan, don't feel bad if you feel confused. So basically we have the US Indoor Championships happening this weekend, but the window to run the qualification to make the world team is still open.
And when is that window open until?
I believe until the
8th
of March.
So one more week.
Yeah, one more week. Like, so the results are the result, and then you just kind of like wait and see what happens, because this is championship racing and it's unpredictable. So the fastest and highest world ranked people on paper don't always come first or second, which we just saw in the men's 15, where it didn't go according to how you would think on paper, and the top two guys that came first and second don't have the standard. So now it's like, now we got to explain to grandma that like, no, we are not sure if they're going to go. Actually, it might be Vinciati and Yard and a Goose, but we just had to wait and see for another week. And, we don't really know. Yard made the team in the 3K. We don't really know if he makes the team in the 15. Will he run that? If he does that, will then Nico go? And
grandma's like, you lost me. You lost. Grandma's like, okay. All right.
Exactly.
All right. I'm just trying to spend some time with my granddaughter, and I don't really. I'm done.
Yeah, shut up, sweetie.
Yeah.
Man, this is a Wendy's. So yeah, that's like kind of the frustrating part, but it was a really thrilling couple of days of track to watch. How are you feeling about it?
I feel very similar. I don't even know. I mean, God help grandma if she actually wants to figure it out. I don't know. I don't know what, because it's like it's not necessarily like a standard, right? So it would make a lot more sense if in a week they had a time trial where it's like, okay, you got to run this time, there you go.
That's right, you're right. Yeah, it's even more complicated
because it's more complicated
order
than
list.
that. It's descending order. So I guess if you're running the bubble, you'll have to see who scratches, who decides to run what. If they do decide, a lot of factors in play. But man, we might as well, we can start with, because we're already talking about it, so we might as well start with
let's talk about it.
With the men's 15. Cole Hawker, a huge favorite, and really just kind of shit the bed if tactically. I mean, now maybe he I think maybe he felt a little bit off, right? Back to racing, back-to-back days. Maybe he didn't feel a bit fresh, but he didn't look that great. I think with 400 to go, he went from first to like sixth, right? Boxed indoor in an indoor track and never quite made it out. But Luke Hauser, Nathan Green, two teammates at UW, coached by Andy Powell, friend of the pod, my former coach. And those guys just, I think they
look great.
They look great, and I think they both have indoor mile titles to their name at NCAA's 1500 titles. Luke Hauser has a bronze from World Indoors the last time. I mean, these guys they're
legit.
They're very legit. A bit, big upsets huge races for them. So hats off to them. And hopefully they're I always think it's the guys that finish top at USA's should be the ones to be making that team and to be going to perform at Worlds. Because right now, who is it that actually, let's say they miss out, who goes?
It would be Vince and Yared. Yeah.
Vince Ciotti, he is always right there. You know, kind of always the bridesmaid, never the bride type shit for Vince Ciotti.
Type shit indeed.
So, I mean, that was a wild race. To kind of, I mean, I know there were some 60 meters and some sprints after that, but as far as the distance events goes, that was a wild way to cap it off.
It was, and the women's race was thrilling too. But I want to go back a little bit and talk about Yared and Cole being a little off. We have to give credit to their last K from the 3K the previous day. I mean, it wasn't even 24 hours later.
Yeah.
And didn't they close in something crazy? Like, I want to say 2:21, but maybe that's absurd. But they closed really quick.
Yeah.
There's probably a little bit of,
I mean, it was a blanket finish between Cole, Yared, Nico. Incredible race the day prior in that 3K.
Yeah. And that had to have been in the legs, but you don't typically see Cole getting into a position that he can't get out of. So it was interesting to see. Like, he was fallible on the day, which is rare.
Yeah, like he usually can kick his way out of bad positions, especially in domestic US races. Maybe not on the, world scene, I guess, but yeah, just looked didn't quite look like as smooth and in control as he is when he's firing at 100%, but luckily he made it in that, got the win in the 3K. So he's going regardless, but that's fuel to the fire for him. And, you're a guy that wants to win every single race. So it's, I think he'll come back stronger because of it.
You're right. That's what he always does.
Yeah.
That's what he always does. Then prior to that, we had the women's 8 won by Nikki Hiltz, Gracie Morris
15,
second. Yeah, Gracie, the 15. Gracie Morris is second. And Lindsey Butler, who I was not super familiar with her game before this day, but she looked incredible. Like,
yeah,
Lindsey Butler is really
same.
who blew it out. It was extremely tactical. A lot of bunching, a lot of pushing, a lot of elbows, aji baji, as the Aussies would say. And then Lindsey Butler makes this huge move that typically when you see someone that's not, a household name in the middle distances make a move like that, they can't really sustain it. But Lindsey did, and almost makes the world team with Gracie Morris, sliding up on the rail and coming second. But incredible. I mean, great day. Obviously, love to see Nikki win. Love to see Gracie make her first Team USA on the track. Bummer to see Sinclair, but I would say, like, wow, what a way to make a name for yourself in a race like that, to Lindsey Butler.
Yeah, no, I was thinking the same thing when Lindsey hit the front. I was, you're not necessarily suspecting that. I haven't heard a lot about her. Where's she training out of? Who's she coached by?
I think she ran at Virginia Tech.
Oh, okay. So is she Ben Thomas?
I'm gonna do a little Graham research.
Get a tab open.
Yeah, oh, sorry.
Yeah. Oh, that could have been bad. But first off, Nikki continuing to dominate, another title, just looking just in pretty incredible, like usual, to be honest. And then, but Gracie Morris, what a fantastic race by her. I thought tactically, her last 150 tactically the best in the field, just sat right in best position. You could see her, like, coming off that final turn, you could see her, like, trying to move. The gap wasn't there. And then, because I'm pretty sure she was still in second with like 60, whatever, like coming off that last turn. But then you had Sinclair on the shoulder, but Gracie Morris ran just a super sound race tactically and makes it onto the team, which there's no room for error to make that indoor team. Top 2, it's a world of difference compared to a top 3, right? Like top 2, there's a lot less room for error, and really happy for it. That was a huge race.
Huge. And Gracie's last 100 was the fastest in the field.
Well, yeah, I mean, like, Gracie's somebody who's I think I really first heard about her at Cross, like making that Cross team, World Cross in the 2K. And then she's run some really fast 1500s against, very competitive fields. And this is this is a fantastic way to, it's not, you're not capping off the indoor season, right? You've got the biggest race of the year yet, but just to make it is fantastic. And it's a real like this whole season's been like a coming out party.
I first heard of her, well, I mean, before this, but she really burst on the scene. She won Fifth Ave this last year.
Did you? Oh, okay.
Yeah. That's where I think
huge
her name really, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, we'll hear about that.
Yeah.
I'm like, nobody heard about her. Okay. Oh. Like, she's an Olympic medalist. I'm like, really?
It's hard to keep track of it all. It really is. Okay, today we also had the men's and women's 8. Thoughts on Cooper Luckenhouse?
Cooper
looks so good.
He's just looked better and better. This indoor season looked like he's really he's so comfortable out there. He dominated that race, that last 100 meters, pulling away. Just the way he sprints at the end of an 800 is fantastic. He looks great. So huge win by Cooper, and excited to see what he can do on the world stage and at the world champs. That would be a huge. I mean, who outside of America, like who are the big 800 guys?
You
got to assume he's a favorite for the podium.
Oh yeah, like the 800 hasn't been popping off like it was outdoor. So yeah, I would say definitely shot at a medal.
I mean, absolutely. And now you're just hoping it's a gold. The color of that medal's gold. And then Isaiah Harris finishing in second to also make that team, right?
No. Sean Dolan.
Okay.
Yeah. He ran again. The indoor season is a fun springboard for a lot of athletes. So a name like Sean Dolan, Lindsey Butler, like these athletes are coming out of the woodworks and getting some really valuable championship style racing under their belt. So yeah, you just like Sean Dolan. I didn't really know him before this, but now I know him.
I knew him.
Really smart.
I knew him. He won Fifth Ave.
Didn't.
Villanova grad, I believe.
Oh, cool.
Also, I could be wrong on that, but that's what my gut says. I'm sticking with it. Yeah, great run by Cooper Luckenhouse. On the women's side, Addie Wiley took the victory in that. Who was
Eric
who was
and
second?
I had to send him a text, and then he sent me a text back, and now we're laughing. But we're all good here. We're all good. We're doing a side text during our own podcast, and I got us distracted. I'm sorry.
You threw it. Well, now the listener, you can't.
Don't worry about it. We'll talk about it later.
Yeah.
Valerie Tobias is Second, yeah. And she's made a world indoor team before, right?
She probably won fifth half for all I know.
Yeah, I believe that she's been second before indoor.
Okay.
Maybe the last time around. I think she raced in Glasgow, if my memory serves.
Yeah. So that was an interesting race. I mean, you see athletes like Heather McLean towards the back. It's that indoor 800, and Heather ran a whole lot in outside of lane 1.
Oh,
which
yeah.
Can't do that. Can't do it.
Can't do it.
So, yeah, I think just a bit tactically off there. And let's see what else for. I mean, you had the sprints. Noah Lyles got taken down. They made sort of a big thing. He's now bringing around a sort of like a UFC or WWE belt. Did you see this on the broadcast?
I did see this. Yeah.
How do you feel about the belt? Just go on.
I don't really.
I'm like, you were being punty earlier. Keep it going. Yeah.
I am. It's not for me. I mean, I think with the Noah stuff, like it is great for the sport, right? Like having a great personality is great for the sport, but like for me, it just like doesn't do it for me. What is more of a yes for me in the men's 60 is that apparently grills are back, and that's big for me. I love it.
Do you think grills are hot? They could be.
It's more like an aura thing.
Mm-hmm. Aura's hot.
And aura's hot. Like I like it. Yeah.
Because the winner. Do you know the winner's name off the top of your head? He had
Jordan
the grill.
Anthony.
Did he have top and bottom grills?
Yes.
He did.
Yeah. And then Max Thomas, who was fourth, also had a grill.
Okay, so there's a lot of grills up near the podium.
They're back.
They're back.
I'm into it. Yeah. Like UFC WE belt is a knot, and then the grills are a hot.
Okay, I like that. So I think, and first off, shout out to Trayvon Vermel, second place, making it onto to that world team. That's a guy who's been doing it for a while now, has struggled with injuries a lot, and when he's on, especially the 60. He's won a 60-meter world championship gold a decade ago.
2016. Yeah. Bring it back.
So we're coming up on the 10-year anniversary of his world champs gold. So like, think about that. Like, it's tough that type of longevity in the sprints, and he's just dealt with so many injuries. It really proves his resiliency, and that's a real feather in the cap for him to make it back and have a shot at doing something similar. He's going to have his work cut out for him with his grilled up USA teammate, because he looks fantastic.
He looks so good. Yeah, his start was incredible.
Yeah, super good. And so, look, I think the Noah Lyles belt thing, I like the effort. I like I don't think you can necessarily make your own belt.
That's what I'm saying.
I do think you should. I think it's like you can't give yourself a nickname.
Right.
The nicknames has to come naturally by somebody else. And I kind of think the same about giving yourself a gold UFC belt.
Yes. I couldn't put my finger on what I didn't like about it, but that's exactly right. Like, where do you even go to get something like that made? Like, do you go to a trophy shop? Do you do it online? Like,
either a trophy shop or where the grills are made. You go to Paul Wall, who's making grills.
Oh, Paul Wall.
And
those are the days.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Paul Wall, absolute legend, grill legend. Put grills on for white people, at least. No.
Is he the one who said, "Call me George Foreman because I'm buying everybody grills"?
You bet your ass he did.
Okay. Yeah. Exactly. That's great.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But I do actually like the belt. I like the trying something new with the belt. But here's what I didn't like about the belt. It says, what's his training group's name?
Pure athletics.
It says the pure athletics belt. So let's say, it should just say like something not, because let's say someone from your team didn't
America's
win.
fastest man. Yeah, like what if you had to give that to Trayvon?
Exactly. It shouldn't say it's, because it's now all of a sudden you're just the fastest in your group, which who cares?
I mean, if your group is the best group in the world, then like that's kind of a big deal.
Yeah,
but
for sure, but
it should say like America's fastest.
Yeah.
Like maybe if we rebrand the belt and then get it somehow associated with USATF, then I could get on board with the belt.
Yeah. No, but I do like he's trying new things, and he's being a showman, and it is what the sport needs. And it's like, look, you might have it's something new, and so I think all these things that are kind of new are a bit. They feel they don't. It can be a bit rocky at the start, you know, because sometimes it feels a bit forced.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But I do like the effort to make it a little bit more fun, or just give us something more to talk about.
Just give us a little something. You know what? Noah always gives us something to talk about, and we love that.
And I like how, you know, he talked a lot. He showed up. He looked fresh. I really liked that, like that checkered peak coat he was rocking. And he did get his doors blown off. So I like when people talk a lot, and then it's like he's like, yeah, whatever. Like 60's not his event, right? Like he needs time to stretch the legs and a bit more ground, more distance. But I like it when people talk.
Yes, we do.
And then let's see
then we had the go ahead
3Ks. I mean, so pretty big upset on the women's side. Not a big upset, right? Like Emily Mackay, great race for her. Really happy for her, coached by my old coach Pete Julian. So and took down Ellie St. Pierre. Big and
okay,
so
let's talk
huge
about this.
Race. Yeah.
Let's talk about this. Okay, I saw a friend of the pod, Laura Green, had an Instagram story about this yesterday, which made me really think about it. That like, was it an upset? Like, we're talking about a woman who's like 8 or 9 months postpartum. Like,
I do think it was an upset. Yeah.
Is that enough? I mean, sure. Like you can think about it in a few ways. Like, yes, Ellie has been dominant in the indoor season when she's lined up to race. But also Emily Mackay is a bronze medalist at 1500 in indoors. Her races like haven't looked as sharp, but she's been racing well. I don't know. I'm like, I guess like in some ways yes, and in some ways no, but like I think it's an upset for Ellie to come back to the sport after rocketing a baby out of your body 8-9 months ago and be beating people. I think that like I agree with Laura that like that is the upset. Like Ellie is upsetting everyone. Oh, for sure.
But I mean, keep in mind, what did she run for the 3K, you know, 6 weeks ago at whatever it was at New Balance Indoor Grand Prix. So it's like she beat you know, she smashed Jess Hull. She like a week or two later, she gets the she ran the indoor American record in the 1500 en route to like the mile.
Yeah.
So
interesting that she's actually the fastest in the world this indoor season at 1500 and is not racing the 1500 at Worlds.
Yeah, I was surprised to see her not. I thought she would at least double back.
Maybe something's up. Maybe she's not 100%.
Yeah. It's again, you don't know the full story, so there could be something might have popped up in training after that race in Boston or something earlier this week. You just never know. So it's just speculation, but I do think it's not a huge upset, right? It's not like you're like a shock the world Emily Mackay beat Ellie St. Pierre, but it is an upset. I mean, I'm sure FanDuel would have had
Yeah.
Ellie St. Pierre as a heavy favorite, and if you had put money on
That's right.
Mackay
You're
winning,
right.
you would have won a lot of money.
You're right.
So it's, and with just how great Ellie looked earlier this season, it's just, and it is amazing. We've talked about how amazing it is for her to be running this fast this soon after giving birth. But now it's like when she ran that fast, you know, in New Balance and then Boston afterwards. Now you're just, the expectations are a bit different. But and now she's got how much time between now and Worlds? Is it 2 weeks?
World Indoors is the weekend of the 20th and 21st.
Okay, so about 3 weeks.
About 3 weeks, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm excited to see that's a great team for the Americans to send over for that 3K.
Great team. Yeah, really great team. Then on the men's side, we had another thrilling race with Cole Hawker, Yard Nagoose, Nico Young going 1, 2, 3, but like a true blanket finish at the line.
I mean, they're separated by, what was it, 0.04? 0.05?
Yes.
I mean,
0.04.
That's a tough spot to be in for Nico, because it's just, you know, now you're out of the team. Can't sit with us, bud.
It's really tough. I'm sorry.
There we go. Big yawn. There we go. Big yawn. Am I not being cunty enough to keep you awake?
It's like, oh, does Aisha need a nap? She's being a real bitch and she's yawning. Well, what will be interesting to see is what shakes out with this men's 15. And if Yard ends up making the team in the 15, would he give up his spot in the 3K? This is where it all gets murky. But regardless, great team. If it's Cole and Yared, that's a great team.
Fantastic team.
Going to the 3K. I mean, who else is running fast in the world? We had Leven. Like, there hasn't, like, the fastest people in the world have been in the States, right?
I mean, for the most part, I think so, right? We're used to seeing like a healthy Jakob Ingebrigtsen, you know, go over and kind of do his thing and crush. That's not the case this year. We know the Africans aren't big on indoors, so it's really anybody. I mean, you gotta, if you're going over for the Americans, you gotta like your odds in these races. Yeah. I mean, but this is the state of the sport, and the expectations now is these guys go over to medal. It's no longer like, hey, if we have a good race, maybe we can finish near the top. It's like, we're trying to, like, they're going over there expecting to win, preparing to win, and putting race plans in there to make that happen.
I love it. I love that over the last decade, the expectation has completely evolved in the US.
100%. Yeah, it's totally changed. So that was kind of the indoor track situation, at least for USA's. There was indoors for the Brits with Georgia Hunter Bell, 157, big race for her. She's going to be tough to beat in whatever event she chooses to do. Same with Keely. So they're looking, fitter than ever.
Keely ran 51:49 today. I
saw that, right? PB, right?
Yeah, that's so fast for 400.
Very fast, yeah.
Yeah. And then we had... is there anything else indoor track wise, or can we get into the craziness that happened this morning?
Let's get into the craziness that happened this morning. I mean, actually, I know NCAA conferences were this weekend. It didn't look like anything insane really happened. Kind of just tuning up for the the final dance in a couple weeks in March.
It is fun to see that there is a professionalization of NCAA running, but yet you still have to race at your conference meet because you need points, because you need your school to win a conference title. So you see Jane Hedingren racing, like the pros and the big dogs are going to go race at Worlds, but like you still are in college and you still go get your points for your school. And I love that. I love that that is intact.
And you would see, to play off that, because in a lot of schools, they don't care about NCAAs. Like they care about conferences, because it's like the athletic director is like, look, I've got incentives and my incentives are conferences. So I might need guys, you would see guys who had real shots at potentially winning or doing very well at NCAAs, run it out of their legs at conferences because they're doubling, you would see tripling. And
I tripled at conference the year I was second at NCAAs.
You okay. Well, wait, what was you did the
DMR, mile, and the 5K.
Rough. That's a rough weekend right there. And how did you do?
Won the mile, was second to Alfine Tuliamuk in the 5K, and I think we won the DMR.
Okay, you crushed it.
Yeah.
I bet you felt that a couple weeks later. Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe I could have come for the W.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, that is an interesting thing about conferences. And I always said that one of the biggest differences going to Oregon was that the roster was so deep with guys that it frees up a lot. You could win conferences and not kill yourself. And
you didn't have to triple.
And I didn't need a triple.
Bastard.
Yeah. which makes a world of difference. I remember when I went to Northeastern and my coach was like, look, I think you could do well at NCAAs, but I'm fighting in there trying to get you to not triple. So yeah, that is the interesting thing. So it's setting up pretty big for NCAAs. That's is that the March 13th or 14th? But I want to say
when
this.
Are we going to Arkansas?
We're going to show support for our boy Marco Langen, and
March 13th and 14th.
I gotta say, I don't think I've ever seen anybody like this much hype around an NCAA meet for Marco Langen to race, because people are going out and I'll be scrolling and I'm scrolling through my feed and you go, oh, we're back. Okay. We're in another war. Oh, fuck. We're in war. We're bombing Iran. And then it's like somebody's made it a reel on Marco Langen talking all this shit. And it's lots of comments, right? Yeah. Lots of attention.
Maybe more comments.
Oh yeah. And there's multiple, it's not, you'd see the Aaron Brown reels, and it's not just him, it's lots of people. And I'm thinking, my God, this guy is hyped up March so much.
No one's ever paid this much attention to an indoor NCAA.
Seriously, nobody has hyped up, has promoted themselves as well as Marco Langen going into March. He should he's like the, I don't know if he's made a belt yet. If any, Noah.
If anybody should make a belt, Marco Langen should make a belt, or somebody listening to this should make Marco Langen a belt.
He would definitely rock a set of grills. I'll tell you that.
Oh yeah, and maybe he's getting some made as we speak.
I'll rock some grills when we pull up to when we pull up to Fayetteville. I'm like, I'm back, and you can't DQ me this time.
I'll make a grill out of what we used to do would be to take the gum wrapper and then
an aluminum foil grill.
Yeah. Speaking of dental stuff,
okay, here we go.
Brave of you. Very, very brave to admit that I had my first cavity filled this week. It was an absolute nightmare.
So this was big news because I just saw you like a day ago. We did the Alley on the Run show, which was huge for us.
Huge.
Our first kind of our first podcast, really.
A little crossover. Yeah, it was really fun.
It was really fun. We love Alley, and we were just, I mean, so this will be up. Our episode will be out, I think, Thursday, right?
Yes.
Or whenever it's out. So this will come out before that. But yeah, very fun. And you had told us before the episode started that you had your very first cavity, which I was, that's pretty huge news.
It's devastating news.
What's been going on?
The list of our world war. My first cavity is devastating news.
It's right up there with as devastating as Iran.
Yeah, so I had been I can trace it all back to 2019.
Okay.
Where
you can trace this cavity to 2019. This is a pre-pandemic cavity.
Yes. And it was I had like walking pneumonia at the end of 2018. I was probably like got a little too thin that year, got this like terrible lung infection. It was horrible.
Congrats.
I know. Yeah.
Flex.
Bruno would have loved that. Yeah.
I'm like, okay, can you stop flexing on me and just tell the fucking story?
So anyways, I was really sick, and in this coming out of this illness, like when I was running again, I would always run with a Ricola in my mouth. Like the cough drops. Ricola.
Oh, yeah.
And I would put it like on the back of my molar, and I would just like have a cough drop on my tooth for like the 80 to 95 miles a week I was running.
So it's like Zin, you were like packing a lip, like Zin, you were packing a lip, but it was just you had a Ricola stuffed in your lip.
Yeah.
Resting on your molar.
I had a Ricola. Exactly.
Can I ask?
And I did this for an entire year. So like,
what was the obsession with Ricola? Well, let's not blow by this. Hold on.
Well, it just made me.
Why did you just have a Ricola sitting on your molar? Okay. You like the feeling of like the mentholy type of sensation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I
felt like the airways are opening up. Okay, here we go. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I used to chew gum when I ran. But the first time Mark Rowland saw me doing that at practice, he stuck out his hand and I had to spit my gum into his hand. So couldn't chew gum anymore. So this time I'm like, you know what? I'm going to hit a little Ricola. Like this is what's going to make me feel good. And it made me feel so good that I just did it all year. And
you loved it.
I went to the dentist. I went to the dentist at the end of my 2019 season. And he said, yeah, you have a shadow on your tooth, on your back molar.
There's literally a Ricola imprint on your tooth. He goes, the logo, he's like, this is crazy, but the Ricola logo is indented in your molar.
Yeah. And he's like, I've never seen anything like this on your teeth before. Like, because I've never had a cavity. I've never had anything happen. And I was like, yeah, I don't know. Weird. And then like halfway through the appointment I'm like, I had been eating a Ricola every single day, at least one, for the entire year of 2019, like 2018 going into 2019. So I kicked the Ricola habit. And we've been watching this spot on my tooth for years and years and years, and we switched dentists. Now, I've since been told that like sometimes when you go to a new dentist, then they like try to find all these things that are wrong with you.
100%.
And I think I was a victim of this. But I did trust that, yes, there was probably a cavity there. And they drilled. I didn't know what to expect. I've never had a cavity before. I thought it was like, I thought they just like put some, I didn't know they were going to have to numb me. I didn't know anything. Like, I just
You
thought
should have
they,
got
like,
a.
put some silly putty in
Did you
there.
ever consider getting a second opinion, like with a doctor in surgery?
I should have. Like,
You
what?
should have.
What an idiot! I totally should have. So I go in and I get like it's. I wasn't. Yeah, it was just a really bad situation. Like, I now understand why people don't like dentists. It really, really hurt. I wasn't numb enough, and I go home. And Will's out of town this weekend. And I go home and I look in the mirror and I'm like, holy shit! It looks like I had gotten my wisdom teeth out. Like, my face was so swollen. And I looked like one side of my face looked like a hamster for this entire week. I'm like I went into my office. We like went to the Avs game on Thursday night. I look like I'm like stuffing like a bunch of grapes on one side of my face. I have a bruise on my cheek. It looks like I got in a bar fight, which is good for my reputation because I want to be like I want people to think that I'm like a cool bad girl, but I'm not.
Mhm.
It was just a cavity, and it has been pretty devastating for me this week. And I'm almost symmetrical now. Do I look better than when you saw me on Friday?
You look much better. Yeah. Yeah, you looked like shit on Friday, man.
I know.
No, I'm joking. You really. I don't even know if I would have noticed anything if you didn't point it out.
Oh God. Okay. Well, thanks for
so,
listening.
Yeah, no, I'm shocked. I mean, first cavity,
age 36.
Age 36, that's usually they happen earlier. You know, but I guess you had a sort of like a hidden super volcano that erupts at, you know, for whatever reason. You had a Mount Vesuvius type, and it was all Ricola based.
Don't come at me with it's because you don't always brush your teeth at night. I only do it every once in a while. I've been brushing them
totally
more,
forgot.
But I've done this my whole life. So that's not the reason. So don't even think about fucking coming at me about my toothbrushing habits.
Well, I think it's Aisha. I think it's going to be tough for them not to come at your toothbrushing habits when you have just got your first cavity.
Fuck off. I have great teeth. I'm really pissed about this. I probably didn't even need to get the cavity filled. I'm never going to the dentist again. Yeah,
I think I've always said the same thing with dentists, right? They're always telling you, they're always trying to push new stuff on you, right? It's like, oh yeah, you're grinding your teeth in your sleep. I'm like,
you're a real one for that.
Yeah. No, it's like, yeah, you're grinding even in your sleep. I'm like, no shit, buddy. I'm never off. But it's like, oh, come back in for a mouth, and get fitted for a mouth guard. And you're like, this is dentist propaganda. Fuck off. Right? Get out. I'm in and out. Okay. So we're not doing it. But yeah, that's first off, brave of you for even talking about this. And I'm glad the transparency is really impressive.
Thanks.
Glad to see you're healed up and recovered. And so are you completely done with the cough drops? You don't like them anymore?
I can't start. Like, it's like a drug. Like, I had to cut him cold turkey, and I haven't had one since.
Yeah. Imagine if you actually tried real drugs. If the feeling that you get from a Ricola, yeah. If you think Ricola cough drops are like drugs, you should try drugs. You're gonna fucking love them, dude. Those are
too annoying. I can't do drugs. I'd be too. I'm already borderline.
And your oral hygiene, if it's would really go down the tubes on those. Yeah. Okay.
I don't even know.
Yeah, you don't know.
I don't even know.
I'm trying to make like crack jokes and you don't even get it.
I don't even get it. All right. Tough.
Well, now let's see. Let's go to get back to the running stuff with a huge, I mean, what a massive fuck up by I'm going to say USATF.
No, it's not. It's actually the It's actually the Atlanta Track Club.
It's the USATF Half Marathon Championships were this morning, and I think with a mile to go, the lead car had made a wrong turn, and race leader Jess McLean,
who was
and
way out in front,
who was out in front, and was it two other competitors, two other athletes,
and Emma Grace Hurley.
They had also followed Jess and went the completely wrong direction, and all three of those athletes.
It's mile 11.
Mile 11. Okay, so like 2 miles to go, wrong turn, and this is a race for world championship selection.
Yes.
And they're all out of it now.
So the Atlanta Track Club CEO, he came out with a statement just a few minutes ago, and I quote, "In the women's race, a pace vehicle left the official course during mile 11. As race director, I take full responsibility for what occurred. Athletes should never have to make a split-second decision between following a pace vehicle or trusting the official course. We're conducting a full review to determine exactly how and why the vehicle left the course to strengthen the safeguards moving forward. The Atlantic Track Club will make best efforts to ensure the affected athletes, Jess McLean, Emma Grace Hurley, and Edna Kurgat, are made whole. We regret the confusion to the athletes affected on what was otherwise a banner day for road racing in the U.S." So,
crazy. First off, crazy to say banner day when you have like the biggest fuck up. How is it's wild to me that these types of mistakes are happening still.
Yeah.
I don't. So I didn't. Did you see what actually?
I wasn't watching this morning. I was just watching the results. But yeah. So another woman comes across the finish line in first. Some people had turned back. It was just a mass confusion of what is happening. Like, who actually won the race, I guess. And I'm sure by the time this episode airs on Monday morning, that like this is all settled. But I've seen that potentially they're going to go over to Copenhagen and race another half to see who's going to be on the team. It just seems really, really shitty, because it's not like an 800 or something that you can just like fresh, like, all right, let's re-race in 2 days and all is going to be equal. Like a half is a huge effort.
And how, even if they go to Copenhagen and race a half, what would that even do? Like, it's like, oh, if you run, this fast, you'll go.
And it sucks because it's so close to the end, but like not quite close enough. Like, I feel like if it was at 12 and a half miles, they would have been like, oh, okay, well, the race is pretty much decided. There was a half mile to go, 0.6 miles to go. Like, the race is pretty decided. But at 11 miles, that's like, there still is room for things to change in the race. That being said, they were very well away from the rest of the field. So it is, it's so disappointing.
What is it? Is it a situation where it's like the lead car was supposed to go there and officials just didn't like block off the athletes and tell them to go a certain way?
I don't know.
Whatever it is, it's just such a big,
and the camera was on the car. Like, the camera that is
the live stream camera is on the car.
Like, is on the car. So they're like, the women did nothing wrong. They just followed, like, as you do, you're like following the car. Yeah. But the car I don't know. I need to go back and actually watch the end of it, but it is, it's devastating. It's really devastating. Also, because it's like, you talk about all of these races where, and this is it's not the same at all, but it's a similar consequences. Like, if somebody's caught for cheating, and the person that is really, should have been the bronze medalist on the day is fourth and not on the podium, you miss out on that element of joy and celebration. So like, this would have been Jess McLean's first US title. And she doesn't get that. She doesn't get that moment. And that sucks. That's hard.
That really sucks. And that's I'm sure Jess and the other athletes who were hoping, they finished 1, 2, 3. They're going to Worlds for the half marathon. Like, that's absolutely brutal, and I'm sure they're pissed. And I saw that, of course, they had appealed, but those appeals were denied. And I'm not saying it like you should be overturning the appeals. I don't even know what you do in the situation. It's just crazy that the situation happened in the first place. Pretty embarrassing. Like, it's an embarrassing thing for the
and
sport.
poor Molly Bourne, right? Like, she wins because she's the first person to cross the line. She's a minute behind. And it just is sad. Like, for her, she's in a weird spot.
Yeah. It takes a little bit away from that victory, right? Because now it's like, it's kind of like when it's when you go to like Worlds because the other guys didn't get the standard.
Right.
And you're like, I guess, I'm going, but I didn't quite earn it the way that I wanted to. And it's like, look, now everyone's not talking about her winning, not talking about the performance. We're talking about the mess up with the lead car and that type of thing. So it's just negative publicity all around, and it sucks for the athletes, for all of them. Yeah,
it really sucks. It really sucks. I'm sure, like I said, by the time you're listening to this, they figured out a solution or the next steps of a path forward. But yeah, it's a bummer. Sorry, gals.
Yeah, really bad. It's just wild that things are happening at this level in races that are for deciding world teams.
And it's crazy because the Atlanta Track Club is so good. Like, they're so professional. They put on
huge races.
Peachtree. Yeah. They put on the Olympic trials, and they are an incredible local organizing committee. Like, they really nail it. And so many people come out, and it's a great organization. It's just like, people make mistakes. And this, unfortunately, was a pretty shitty and consequential mistake.
Yeah, no, like, I just the guy who was driving the lead car, a couple drinks, drunk as hell, and took a wrong turn.
No.
Did they breathalyze him? Did anyone give him a field sobriety test? I would get out and flee.
I will never show my face in another running event ever.
As soon as I knew I made the wrong turn, I'm hitting the brakes and I'm running away. It's like when someone smacks into a tree and flees the scene. That would be me. I'd park. You got cameras up, and I'm gone.
That would be so funny. That would be so funny.
That's what that guy wants to do, right?
Yeah.
Everyone's screaming at him, and he's like, "Oh, I'm out of here."
That would be great.
Oh, that's funny. That's funny, but it really sucks for these athletes. You feel for them, but he's like, "Look, it's tough to drive 11 miles an hour."
That would be a hard job. Like, can you put your car on cruise control at that low of a speed?
I don't know. Let's get this guy on the pod. It'd be tough to not yell. It'd be tough. Our first guest, disgraced lead car driver. He blew a .13 at the scene of the crime. No, it's I bet it'd be really tough with that lead car to not yo-yo, get too far ahead, then you slow down, you get, pick it up a bit. He was probably doing a great job up until mile 12. Maybe he was also confused. Like, he was like, I don't know. I don't know where to go. Fork in the road. No one where's the lead car for the lead car? Now I'm on his. Now all of a sudden I'm turning. I'm on this guy's side.
Justice for the lead car driver.
Yeah, I don't care how drunk the guy was.
Fuck.
This is gonna be one of those. This is gonna be one of those. The segments that Chris and Mac have to edit out.
Yeah, it's just like a weird cut to a different topic.
They have had to edit out a few of those. I'm like,
just a couple.
I mean, truly, just a couple. And even and when they do cut them out, there's a part of me that goes, just let it ride.
I'm like, yeah. Every once in a while, like maybe once a quarter, there's a.
It's a
Mom
quarter.
Says no.
They do a quarterly cut.
A quarterly cut. Yeah.
Where they go, I just don't know if legally we're allowed to. And we kind of had it when we just recently had our quarterly cut.
We did. So they're gonna have to let this one ride.
They're gonna have to let this one ride, I guess.
Yeah.
So yeah, tough situation out of the Atlanta road scene this morning.
But on the men's side, Hoka
Sweep. I saw that. Kip 2 looking fantastic.
Hillary and Ahmed Muhammad.
Strong team.
Really strong team.
Yeah. Big race. Yeah. No mix up, no lead card disaster on the men's side.
They figured it out. They got it all.
The patriarchy wins again.
Speaking of, did you see the Connor Story monologue with the Team USA hockey team?
No, Connor Story is the actor from Heated Rivalry.
Yeah.
I did not see it.
It was really good. They did this funny little play where they had the men's, like two of the guys from the men's team, and then they were talking about like, oh, we didn't watch the show, and Connor Story's like, did anybody watch the show? And then the women, like two of the women's team comes on, and the cheer that the women got when they came on stage was like deafening. It was so good. And everybody was like such good sports about it. Like they were all being very funny. And yeah, so I'm glad that the women's hockey team got their moment there. And was that just this week? So much has happened this week that I just like, was the hockey
that was last weekend.
That was last week. Okay. Yeah. But yeah, if you haven't caught SNL from this weekend,
yeah, I'll check it out.
Yeah, it was great. It was great.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because I'm like, that happened a week ago. A lot's happened. We're back in war. I'm processing war.
We're back in war. We're processing war.
God, it's good to be. Oh man, we were out of war. It seemed like we were out of war for a while. So I was like, oh, I can.
Are you ready to get called up?
I'm ready to be deployed.
I'm gonna be so pissed if you get deployed.
We're like, it's gonna be tough to schedule our Sunday pod when I'm over in the Middle East, but we'll figure it out.
Late for you. It's gonna be late night for you.
I'm like, this gig really is hell.
We might be in hell right now, but this gig right now is holding us, and hopefully it's making you laugh as we're tumbling into insanity. But you're like,
what? You're like, where do I go from here?
I'm like, we're in war. God,
like I didn't necessarily, like, I didn't really plan on giving a speech holding everyone together in war times, but fuck it, I'll let it rip. Here we go.
Let's let it rip. Lean into your communities.
Yeah.
Go outside. Stop scrolling, but stay engaged. We're in this together. Hopefully it will be okay.
There you go. Some more bad news, but / kind of good news. We talked about it a little bit on Ali's show, but Duribe Weltegji officially 2-year ban.
This is crazy.
I don't agree with. It's good that she's out, but this is. They got to change this rule, right? I think this is a very obvious rule change that needs to happen. And for those who don't know, Duribe Weltegji just got handed a 2-year ban for refusing to take a test, which is a brilliant workaround
if you're a cheater
for not taking a test when you know you're going to fail it. So
This really sucks.
now,
Also,
do you know?
when,
Is this a situation? Sorry, is this a situation where, like, the drug tester showed up and she's talking to him, and she's just like, "I'm not taking the test."
that is, I'm gonna pull up the facts because that's what I remember when this first came out a while ago. It was like, oh, weird. But
Yeah, because this
she
came out
just
at
accepted the ban.
Worlds, right?
Yes.
Now, does the 2-year ban, is that backdated to Worlds? Or like whenever they served her that initial,
Yeah, I'm pulling it up.
reprimand?
So this stems from an out of competition from February of last year. So
February of last year.
Yeah, so everything from February 25th on will not count. So all of her grand slams, everything done. Not that you're gonna get anything back from that, but that's like all of that's done. So doping control officers went to her house, but her husband told them that she was asleep.
Mm-hmm.
And
They're
then
like, yeah, we know, right? Wake her ass up.
Yeah, wake her ass up. So I guess there were like conflicting witness reports, and the officers did not collect a sample. They left. So CAS, the Court of Arbitration of Sport, is like the court, the high court in the land.
Yeah.
And they make the decision. So CAS ruled that her failure was negligent, not intentional, because they're citing language barriers, which we do know is valid. But that's also kind of bullshit. Like she didn't have like a quote compelling justification. So these are the legal words. Is that her failure to provide a sample was negligent, not intentional, but that she failed to provide a compelling justification. So it's super murky. I think this is total bullshit. You can't. I understand like there being language barriers. I understand all of this, but like, no, you should have, at least if you're the doping control officer, you sit there and you wait.
Oh yeah. I mean, language barrier. Pull out the supercomputer phone and Google Translate. It's pretty. And also, she's a world-class athlete. She knows what doping control. These are the type of things where it's like, look, no one buys this shit.
Yeah.
Right. No one falls for this anymore. These are just lies, and no one who knows what's going on buys it. And so 2-year ban, which is not enough time. It is a workaround, and if the rule doesn't change or get changed, you will see this way more often, because you go take I'll get this ban cut in half. Just don't take the test. Flat out refuse. And now, so this was served to her over a year ago now. So does she now have less than 1 year to go, or is it's 2 years starting when it was just released?
It's so the ban ends in June of 2027.
Yeah, I mean that's coming right up.
Yeah. Yeah, so it's
perfect that's coming right up on Worlds.
Right right up on Worlds.
She gets a good rust buster in. She'll be right as rain. Yeah.
Yeah, and she'll be coming into her prime at 25 years old. Yeah, it is.
She
bullshit.
timed this doping ban perfectly.
God.
She got banned for an off year.
She doesn't have to do it.
Chef's
she can
kiss.
Just train.
Chef's kiss to Teribe Welteji on that ban.
Jesus. It's so shitty. It's so shitty. She was silver at World Indoors in Glasgow in 2025. No. Yeah.
I don't know. She probably won fifth. Did she win Fifth Ave? I don't know.
Yeah. What gets stripped?
Indoor.
Teribe Welteji ban.
An indoor Worlds is stripped.
Did we have indoor Worlds last year? No.
Oh, I don't fucking know anymore, dude.
Jesus. We're at war.
We're at war. Our world is being run by satanic pedophiles. I can't keep up with when Diribe Welteji won a medal. For Christ's sake.
Okay, so remember she'd gotten provisionally suspended, so she didn't race in Tokyo.
Yeah.
And yeah, okay, so there was it must have been some sort of like COVID holdover why there was World Indoors last year, because it's supposed to be every 2 years. But yes, last year there was World Indoors in Glasgow. And
okay, I was right.
Yeah, you were right. It was
huge for me.
Won. Diribe Welteji, that was huge for you. Good job. Diribe Welteji silver, Georgia Hunter Bell bronze, Georgia Griffith from Australia was fourth. So Georgia moves up to silver, and Georgia also the Georgias move up to silver and bronze. Yeah, Jesus, it just sucks. Like, also, it's a bummer because I was a big Diribe Welteji fan, and now I have to be like,
I know, everyone knows.
Everybody knows I was riding for that girl, and now it's over. You've lost my fandom. Like, I don't like. Nobody can come back from a ban. For me, that's just like, it doesn't work.
Yeah, that sucks. Sucks for you being a big fan, and you're coming off a cavity. So it's just like you've got a lot. You're dealing with a lot.
War, and war, and the
satanic pedophiles,
Half Marathon, and the Epstein,
the drunk driver.
It's just like I'm down bad this week.
Yeah. The lead car guy goes like, who gives a fuck if I took the wrong turn? There's bigger things going on. Let's arrest the pedophiles. Don't arrest. This is him at the scene, drunk in the lead car. He goes, don't arrest me. Arrest the pedophiles. Okay. A couple drinks and you're arresting me. I was driving 9 miles an hour. Okay. A lot going on.
There's a lot going on.
There's a lot going on right now.
I think so. I saw something very briefly that Bad Bunny might be having a baby.
He's pregnant, or he's who's is he married?
Oh, he's not.
You're just spreading. What did you see? I'd love to know.
I saw a Bad Bunny post with a positive pregnancy test. But I just looked it up, and it's not. It's not real. It's been on my mind. To know.
It was a fake Bad Bunny pregnancy test photo.
Yeah, never mind. Yeah, I saw something. This is like, I spent too much time on the internet because I saw this post and I was like, well, this has got to be true. What else misinformed have I been this week?
Probably a lot. There's propaganda wars going on left and right, Aisha. Let's keep our heads on a swivel. Let's
we always got to get a second opinion.
Let's get second opinions. I wouldn't have got the cavity filled right then and there. I'll tell you that. I would have. Fuck no. I would have figured out how to do it the right way. Have you heard the this might be.
Sorry. I was looking at the propaganda. Don't worry.
Wait, hold on. Please re-show that to me, please. I'm like, those are the kind of things you're believing? Your AI radar is got to be better. Like, oh my God.
No, look, guys, I fucked up.
Yeah. You think
God.
It's okay. It provided us with a good little laugh, and
It's so gullible. All
I'm
right.
falling
I've
for. Are you
recovered.
falling? Do you fall? I mean, you clearly fall for the AI videos, but is your algorithm just lots of? My thing is animals. Like my algorithm right now is very animal heavy, but I can't tell if they're AI animal videos.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That will get you because
They'll get you.
they start and they kind of hook you, and you're like, oh wow, I didn't know an animal could do that, and then like 30 seconds and you're like, they got me again. But have you been following Punch the monkey?
I am familiar with Punch's work. Yes.
Okay.
I'm not very heavily invested in Punch, but he's the cute little monkey that is capturing everybody's hearts. Am I correct?
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What kind of monkey is he?
I don't know. Let me look it up. But tell us about Punch while I look it up.
Well, Punch is just a monkey he's in the zoo. Do you know what zoo off the top of your head? I'm sure you'll be right there once you toss in Punch to that search engine, whatever one you're using.
Japanese, I don't know how to pronounce this. Japanese macaca.
Okay.
He's in the Ichikawa City Zoo in Japan.
Okay. So, and it's really, I mean, there's not a whole lot to say other than he's just a really cute monkey that people really like.
Well, except what happened was his mother abandoned him, and the zoo staff felt sad and gave him a stuffed orangutan toy for comfort. And he had been shunned by all of the other monkeys, and they were like beating him up, and it was really sad.
Oh my God.
I couldn't actually watch the videos. Like I saw Punch get pushed once, and I was like, nope, can't do it. It's too sad. There's too much going on. I can't take another hit this week.
I can't take another hit after the cavity. You would assume that the zookeepers would maybe take Punch for his safety and put him in his own little area with his stuffy orangutan just until maybe tempers, calm down? Or is these monkeys just don't like Punch? Maybe that would make it worse.
I think it's turning around now, but I think it's like an Animal Kingdom thing where like there's got to be a little bit of bullying, and you have to like find your way into
there's a pecking order.
Into the pecking order, yeah. And now that I know that he's going to be all right, I feel better.
Is he just a baby and he's going to grow up, or is he maybe he's like a monkey dwarf?
No, I think he's just a small guy. I just think he's little. He's like 7 months old.
Okay, so he's just a baby.
He's a baby.
So he could grow up and take his revenge.
Yeah.
And never forget who wronged him.
Yeah. And then he takes over the world, and all of the mean monkeys go to jail.
Hopefully he doesn't. I mean, were you a big fan of Harambe? Yeah. A lot of people think we've never been right since Harambe.
Maybe that's what happened to us as a society.
Honest to God, everything's on the table now that we know Pizzagate's real. You can't. Who the fuck knows?
Well,
anyway,
do you think we should hit some voicemails?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay.
Before I don't know.
Before we're gonna have a bunch of edits.
Yeah, before the quarterly cut becomes a double cut, triple cut.
Yeah.
Have you listened to these?
I've listened to about half of them. I'm going to start with ones I haven't listened to yet. This is a fun one, I think, based on the title.
Hey, Eric and Aisha. I'm a huge fan of the pod. I'm a 22-year-old college student, wrapping up my time in school right now, or undergrad at least. My major is kinesiology, and I have a minor in coaching education. And I work with my college's track and field and cross country team here as like a part-time assistant coach. and that's what I want to do full time down the road. So my question for you is, what were your guys' majors in college? Did you guys have any minors or anything? And did you guys have a plan for any sort of future career besides running? Thank you so much. Love you. Bye.
Love you. Bye. Go
Majors. I was a sociology major. Graduated with plans of becoming a sociologist, and went. I took a hard pivot and ran professionally instead. And I have no minors, but yeah, I was all in on running from a few years out. What about you?
I majored in geology. I was, in hindsight, upon graduation, one class shy of a physics minor. I did not know that.
Oh, that would have been nice to know.
That would have been nice to know. That would have been nice to have. I had no plans to become a professional runner. I was enrolled in a hydrology and hydrogeology master's program. And I would have probably tried to focus on micropaleontology.
Wow.
But then I became a professional runner instead.
Yeah. Micropaleontology.
Mm-hmm. Like I probably, me running professionally saved me from, I would have probably worked for an oil company, and now I work in tech. So they're probably equally as bad for the environment, but maybe I'll pivot at some point and do some environmental work.
Tech doesn't sound as bad. Oh, I mean, you'll soon be. Are you part of the AI?
We got AI, baby.
Oh yeah, but you're not like. You're a few rungs removed from like a Sam Altman type.
No,
No, you're not.
No, I'm not. I'm not
Oh,
there.
You're not.
Yeah. No, I'm not. But yes, I do. I contribute to the water usage with the AI stuff, but I do not work for OpenAI or Perplexity.
It like a simple this guy asking what you majored in turned into I do not work for Perplexity, and I don't care what you hear about. I am not associated with Sam Altman. I have nothing to do. I have nothing
with
to do
government
with
contracts.
I have nothing to do with the OpenAI employee who was murdered. So I don't know. But I majored in micropaleontology. He's like, Aisha is really sounded. She sounds guilty. I'll tell you that.
I work at FanDuel.
Yeah.
What would actually be crazy is if I did find my way to working at FanDuel. Like, I'm not opposed. Like, FanDuel would be pretty cool.
We do work at FanDuel. We're just not being being paid. Yeah. We actually do have to stop talking about FanDuel and giving them free publicity.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, it'll be tough. It's now just such an ingrained thing. All right, let's get another one.
Okay.
Hi, this is Jess from Scottsdale. The other caller was right. Eric's voicemail message is super cute. Okay, so that other caller got cut off after 3 minutes, and I feel like mine's going to be pretty long, so I should just get into it. But favorite podcast, love you guys so much. Thank you for bringing this to us every week. Okay, so I have 2 questions. First one, what's the proudest accomplishment of your track career that doesn't have anything to do with a time or a place? So it wasn't a specific time you ran or place you earned in a race, but something that isn't measured by those 2 standards that you're most proud of in your track career. Because I feel like track being such an individual sport that's easily measured, that has so many quantitative metrics like at our fingertips, I feel like that's a plus for a lot of track athletes, but it can also be a negative and feel really limiting. And I feel like track kind of has an easy way of making you feel bad about your performance compared to other performances, even though there may have been some things that were still really good about it, but you didn't get the time or place that you were expecting. So yeah, I think I'm curious what you're most proud of that isn't necessarily a time or a place. And second question is, because one of the things I am most like proud of or like grateful for from my time running track is the friends I made from my track team, my like training partner / teammates turned friends, because I feel like I was a lot closer to them in a lot of ways than my friends from school. And I'm really grateful for like lessons I learned and just like different ways of viewing the world, different ways of solving problems. Just, I feel like I learned so many important life lessons that I'm grateful for now in my 30s that I feel like I wouldn't have learned in a way that was as enjoyable or nearly as early in my life if I didn't have my amazing friends from my club track team. So my second question is, what's your favorite memory from your, like, spent with your training partners / teammates, whether that's something endearing, Aisha, like a story of the Team Boss Babes, or unhinged Eric, a story from spending time with Craig, Donovan, Centro, etc. Yeah, I'm just curious your favorite memory that you spent with your track teammates / friends. Okay, love you, bye.
Love you, bye.
Love you, bye. Take the reins, Aisha. Kick it off.
Okay. Probably this is hard because to have to choose like one memory is really challenging. But one thing that I am really proud of that has nothing to do with performance is what we did at Team Boss of, I went from a really great situation. Like there was nothing wrong with my situation at Oregon Track Club Elite in Eugene. Was running for Nike, like had a lot of support, loved my coach, loved my teammates, but I wanted to do something a little bit different. I didn't have, a direct training partner, and there was a lot of different places I could have gone and a lot of different angles to pursue, but really took a chance, and Emma had sort of intercepted me to move to Boulder, and like taking that big leap of faith to go be coached by Joe Bosshard, who had never coached anyone before, and coaches Emma and I, and we like have, it's just such a long standing, like genuine friendship and, near sisterhood at this point. And like that energy that we created then brought in so many other incredible women who were seeking the same thing and had the same mentality that like, your success is also my success. And to build something like that it wasn't like in my blueprint of like things I wanted to set out that I had set out in my career to do, but like to actually do it and have like this incredible group of women that had like such big goals. And sometimes if somebody achieved their goal, it meant that someone else on the team didn't achieve theirs because that person won and the other person didn't. But like it never felt, it always felt so constructive and so supportive. So yeah, I'm really proud of like being a big driving factor behind that. So that's probably and like even with my like accomplishments, that is like up there with my like objective accomplishments. Like that is up there of things that I'm most proud of in my career. What about you?
Ooh, let's see. Things I'm most proud of my career. I think I'm proud of. I'm thinking like when you say about like what are you most proud of in your career, it's hard to not think about like certain moments, and certain races. I know the caller asked for non-performance based things. Technically, actually, this is a non-performance based because it was wiped from the history books. But my race in 2013 when I was still at Northeastern, and I finished second in the 3K to Lowy Lang. That was a big like moment for me. Kind of a really big step in my career, and before, and then I got DQ'd for a hate crime. But that was an absolutely big, a big moment.
What was the DQ about? Like, what happened?
I'd grabbed someone's jersey unintentionally. The video's rough, right?
Oh,
I do think it was. I got like tripped from behind. Yeah, I think I think they made the right call. I got tripped up from behind and like tried to just put my hand on the guy in front of me's just keep myself up, and in the process I like looked like I tugged the jersey a bit. Now I felt great. I was gonna finish.
Did he go down?
I was coming. No. Honestly, it fucked me up more. I was gonna win that goddamn thing. Now, so that was for me just a proud moment, and everything after that. I mean, it's all perspective, right? And I've talked about it before, but it's like high school races. I got just as much pleasure out of winning a New Hampshire state title in cross country as I did like an NCAA title in a lot of ways. So that's the kind of beautiful thing about running is it's all just where you're at in the journey, and it's all perspective. It's different for everybody, and you can take the same amount of pride and joy in the successes that you have each step along the way. That's kind of a moment for me that sticks out for something I'm proud of. But I think you had another. I guess we can do multiple questions now.
Memory. Yeah.
Memory. What and we've talked about stuff like this before, but my favorite memories with college and pros are just are hanging out with teammates. With at Oregon, we would do this. It would be like you would go to practice, and then we would go sit in the dining hall for hours, and because we got nothing else to do.
Yeah.
And so those are the memories that I hold near and dear to me. And the same with when I was a pro, training camps, with your training partners and your best friends. Those are the special ones.
There is one. So I just have so many like distinct eras of my running. But one thing, like, when you have to like go to your happy place, like a few pop up, and this isn't to say that this is like the number one memory, because I have like a lot of training partners that I've trained with over the years, and there's so many great memories and so many great camps. But I think often on this one camp we had in 2019 in San Moritz, and it was the year that we had world champs in Doha. So it was really, really late. Like world champs were in October, basically like end of September, first week of October. And so we were just like training way longer than everybody else essentially. And myself, Corey McGee, Dom Scott, and Emma and Joe were all over in San Moritz, and Will ended up coming later. But it was around the time, and I'm not a Swiftie, but it was around the time that the Lover album came out, and we just looped that album. Like we would drive down to Chiavenna, sing the album start to finish, drive back from Chiavenna, sing the album start to finish. We had the good fire cooking rotation going. We'd sing the album. Then it's like
you guys were in training camp flow state.
We were in training camp flow state. It snowed like a crazy amount. Joe crashed the rental car. Like it was just like a movie like that. Like I think back to like, it was so peaceful. There were so few people training in San Moritz because it was only the people racing at Worlds. And yeah, every run just like smelled like a fresh alpine lake. And it was just like it was a beautiful time. So when I like think about going to a happy place, like I think about San Moritz in 2019.
San Moritz training camp.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's really an absolutely stunning place to train.
It is. Oh, this is an interesting one. I didn't listen to this either, but here we go.
What's up, Eric and Aisha? What made me call in? I'm scrolling through YouTube right now. I see a thumbnail of what looks like a young Eric Jenkins in a flannel. And it
Mhm.
says, you want to play this mix. And it has listed Olivia Dean, Mac Miller, Little Dicky. I was like, God damn, this guy must be famous. But the reason I wanted to call is, I work in sports science and physiology, and I was curious what your guys' take is as former athletes on, doing testing and science-based training and incorporating that as a professional athlete. I've done a lot of stuff with some pretty elite people. I'm just curious what you guys think from your end. I've heard Aisha talking about some VO2 max. Back at the Tokyo Olympics, she was throwing around wet bulb globe temperatures. I can tell she's pretty well informed for an athlete. So, I'm curious what you guys think about all the kind of scientific type of training. And
Shit.
Show's great, and look forward to your answer.
I'll let Eric go because, you go first. I'm curious because you said that at OP, you guys didn't have testing. And I'm curious, if you were to be training again,
you would of course you would of course go science-based. Look, it's like lactic testing, figuring out how we were just overworking. Quite, there's no question about it. We didn't do. I've never done a truth I never did one single workout where you're monitoring your blood lactate and trying to stay below a certain level. You started at a certain there'd be paces, and it was all off feel, right? And it wasn't very scientific at all. No, I never did a VO2 max testing. I never did a lactate testing. I never did any of that. But also that it's not like that was, I think that's surprising considering the group I was in, but I don't think we are just coming into a different era in terms of training and knowledge, right? We didn't even, there was no fueling during long runs really, maybe for when people were training for the marathon, they would do some bottles maybe for practicing and for that, but it was never I'm doing an 18-mile long run, I should be fueling throughout it. There was never, I'm doing a real long threshold workout, I should be taking in fuels like gels or something halfway through. There's none of that, right? And I think that's it, you're just seeing the people realizing how much it was being left on the table when you're not doing all that stuff, right? So it's of course if I started all over again, it's would be doing so much different with threshold and training less, relying less on how the times you want to be hitting, right? And these times you should be hitting. There is a lot of training when I was around was it's a bit ego, right? You want to hit a certain time. You want to keep getting faster in workouts. You want everything to be a progressive linear line, and training and racing and running, it just isn't work like that. So if I could do it all over again, I would do things differently. But he said science-based training. It's all kind of science-based. It's just whether, to what degree, I guess.
Yeah. Is it personalized? I think is the big determining factor. And I agree. You can't be the best in the world anymore without having personalized, periodized training.
Periodized,
yeah. And not have at least some grasp on sports science. And my team boss is increasingly more cutting edge and scientific as time went on. So I really did get exposed at the end of my career to a lot of data, which I liked, because athletes are notoriously bad at judging how they feel. If you're an athlete like Eric and myself, where like you just have the urge to do more and do it better and do it faster, you can't argue with the data, right? Like if you like, I like still wear my Aura ring that I got when I was an athlete to measure my HRV. But you can't, like, I will always push myself over the edge. But if there's a lactate meter on the track and I am way over,
Yeah,
I have to slow down. And it like, I think it takes a lot of, for me as an athlete, it took a lot of the guesswork out. And I still ran a PR. It was a rare PR, but like I ran an indoor mile PR the last year of my career. And like, I wouldn't have been able to do that had I been training in the way I was when I was 23 years old. It's just like, it's not tenable at this point in time. Like the sport has evolved. And you just see that with the times people are running. It's like, we're talking about the guys, Luke Hauser and Nathan Green. Like Nathan Green just ran a PR in the indoor 15 running 3:37 on a proper 200-meter track. And like 3:37 used to be like you were one of the best in the country, and now that's like you're probably not racing at NCAAs. Like the sport has evolved, and you have to evolve with it. So I think everybody at the top is at least monitoring something, and whether that's heart rate, whether that's lactate, whether that's sleep, whether that's nutrition, whether that's whatever, like it's being monitored.
Yeah, and it's like if you're a coach now, you can't afford not to be doing that, because it's just like, look, we're if all the best athletes in the world are doing this, I'm feeling it's going to be tough not to do that. And you'll see you've seen it already with coaches being like Jakob. When Jakob, we've talked about it before, the double threshold, he's like, that Norwegian method really changed everything in terms of athletes, because for the American and the Western athletes, it was Tuesday. It's a workout Tuesday, a workout Friday, a long run Sunday. You fill in the mileage in the in between days, and that's it. And so then you see Jakob come along and with his, type of training, and now everyone wants to do it. And now all the coaches are like, well, we got to implement that in some form. Well, I'm going to have my own little twist on it. Right. But it's just, it's the way that things are changing, and, it's exciting, and we'll see what happens next. The sport's always changing. It's always evolving. Yeah. There's going to be somebody that comes along with new training, types of things. And, everybody's going to want to do that. And it'll just keep growing. So who knows where it'll be, but it'll be science-based.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. The other side of the spectrum.
Hi, Eric and Aisha. This is Gwen from Portland, Maine. I was
Shout out
calling
Portland,
to
Maine.
piggyback on the runner who called in last week from Valor Track Club. I'm not personally part of Valor, but my nephew is, and he's their first youth athlete, actually, and he just won states in the long jump. So shout out Jackson Walton. That's pretty
Let's
awesome.
Go.
Snaps for Jackson.
Shout out Justin.
I also wanted to ask you guys about running for vibes versus running competitively. I'm not part of Valor because I am more of a vibes runner. I don't like to be competitive with my running. I like to run to feel good in my body. And I sometimes feel like a little bit of an outsider when I go to group running situations, because everyone cares about their pace and their time and their achievements. And I think it's just a great achievement to feel good. So I'm curious what the two of you do for movement to feel good, whether that's running or something else. And if you think competitive runners are just wired differently than those of us who want to just feel good. All right. Thanks. Love you. Bye.
Love you. Bye.
Love you. Bye. Fantastic. It's actually a great question.
It's a great question.
Vibes versus like performance-based kind of things, it sounds like.
Mm-hmm.
No, I think you can, I really believe, and I believe this strongly, that you should be doing both. I guess you don't. I guess what I mean was, even when you're trying to be really competitive and striving to hit certain times and run certain performances, if you're not doing, like, if there's not vibes and fun on your easy runs, if you're super locked in trying to hit certain paces and run like that's not.
Could not agree more. Could not agree more.
That doesn't work, right?
Yeah. Just slow down enough that you can enjoy your run.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Like there's always, it's why there are pros, you know, it's like, oh, like after Milrose, come out and do a shakeout run with all the pros. Because it's like, yes, there's a time and a place always to run easy and vibe out.
Absolutely.
And now all of my runs, for the most part, are vibes.
All of them are vibes. Yeah. And I don't believe that you have to be wired like a certain way to be a competitive runner. Like we were both very competitive. Now we're vibing. That doesn't mean that I sometimes don't want to push myself. Like if I'm feeling really good on a run, I might throw in a couple of 30-second efforts because it just feels fun to move my body in a fast way. Or like I'll go to the track and do some strides, or go to the turf and do some strides. But I'm doing it because I think it's fun and it feels good. Not that I'm like trying to hit a certain time. But yeah, like the switch has been flipped for me. Like I am a 100% vibes runner right now. Like I don't have a desire to be fast, and I'm happy with that.
This is kind of, and this might be a big statement from me, right? And it might now. I don't really, because I had talked about after I had gone to Black Canyon, and I was saying I think I would rather do a trail 50K than a road marathon, right? And I think and I don't know if this is just because
our Jamaican record is gone.
Because our Jamaican record is gone, and I have like there's more expectations for like a road marathon, where it's just like time where, whereas I think maybe on the trail scene, it's kind of just like the journey of finishing, as far as the non-elites, so to speak. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Where it's like, look, you're just out there on the trail, and it's the journey. Whereas I think maybe in the marathon, a lot of it, the times, and I could be wrong, right? It seems like it's a bit more of the destination. What time did you run?
Yeah, totally.
And right now, it's like, especially, it's like, look, if I'm not going to train like competitively, I'm out there. I'm trying to have fun.
Yeah.
And I think that, and so I think, as of right, and so that was just kind of where my head was at in the moment, and I think that applies perfectly to this caller's question.
Oh, and what do you do for movement to feel good? What do you do during the week?
Oh, I still love running when I'm healthy, but no, I still move a lot, lift a lot, run, bike, walk. I now love walking. Which is because when I was,
too.
Which is funny because when I was training, I would go out. I didn't want to walk because it's like I want to save all of those steps and energy for the runs, right? If I'm doubling like every single day, and I'm out on my feet at 1:00 and I'm just walking around, I'm thinking about even like I'm like, oh, I got to run at 4 or 5 p.m. I shouldn't be out on my feet. And
Correct.
Now I love walking. I love walking.
I love it.
As we know, I've had a tough time staying.
How's your calf?
I don't want to jinx it, but it's fantastic right now.
Okay. Knock on wood.
Yeah. So hopefully it stays that way. But now I love walking. And that's so I like to get a wide array of movement in. Yeah,
me too. It's funny that you mentioned that about walking. So my husband and I have lived in the same house for a few years now, like 3, maybe we're going on year 4 this summer. And we have a grocery store that is 1 kilometer away. Grocery store, bakery, cafe, coffee shop, like it's got it all in this little area. Couple of restaurants. I had never walked there until I retired. Like that's
you're
so
more
close.
impressive. That's more impressive than me. You really didn't want to walk.
I did not want to walk.
Yeah.
I did not want to walk. Like I would walk the dog, but like I would only go in like a 2-block radius from our house. Like, and the grocery store is like 4 blocks. Like I just wouldn't do it. And it's so crazy. It was like when we had come back from the Paris Olympics, like I just retired. And we walked there. Like I was thinking like we're getting like 20 to 30,000 steps a day in Paris because that's just what you do. And like we're going back and forth to the stadium. I wasn't staying in the same place as you guys. I was just getting in so many steps every day. And then it's like, okay, well then you go back to the US and you're like, well, I'm not taking public transit. Like on a regular daily basis. I'm not walking places. And I walked to the grocery store for the first time and I was like, I am such an idiot. How have I lived in this house for years and I've never walked to the grocery store? Like, this is the dumbest thing. I would drive to get like 1 avocado.
It's like it's genuinely like a 10-minute walk and you're like, I'm not doing it.
I'm not doing it. Yeah.
Can't do it.
It's too far. Can't do it. I can't do it. I have to run later. Yeah. So stupid. But yeah, now I love walking. Get my 10,000 steps in every day. I love Pilates. I love my, 3-4 times a week jog. And I love skiing and I love biking when I am tight on time. Like, so, Will's gone this week and I brought my stationary bike into the living room so that I could like my routine. I've got a really great routine happening right now. I like get up, I hit the red light panel, I do a meditation, I make some breakfast, I take the dog for a walk. That gets me to about like 7 o'clock. And then I want to get some exercise in, but I sort of kind of got to get on my laptop. Barbie's job is laptop, and we got to get on and see what's up. So I'll do like my first pass through of like morning emails and planning for the day on my stationary bike in my living room while my husband's gone so he's not seeing. I turn into like a bro when he's gone.
Just a frat house.
Yeah.
Wait, so you wouldn't do you're gonna now that because when does Will get back today? Are you gonna the stationary bike's no longer going to be in living rooms firing off emails to Sam Altman saying the body is taken care of. that lifestyle's over.
I don't know. We'll see. I don't know. Like he'll listen to this week at some point and he'll either discover that I moved the bike into the living room or I'm going to leave it there and he can move it if he doesn't like it, but we'll see.
Wow. I love it. Putting your foot down. We
will see. I'm putting my foot down. No, I mean, it's not cute. Like it doesn't belong there. Like we're adults. Like
you're saying like the feng shui of the living room is off.
You walk in to my home and there's a stationary bike right there. Like that's weird.
Yeah. I mean, now that we're retired, it's like, you're going to have to wheel that thing somewhere else.
I got to wheel it back into the garage, but it's been a really great week for me and my stationary bike.
Yeah.
Okay, here's another one.
Hi, Eric and Aisha. This is Lydia McCrae, your favorite friend. I did actually have a question. Yes, I'm running, so I may be out of breath. So I am the chief operations officer for a healthcare IT company, and we were a startup, and now we're a big company, et cetera, but it's very, fast moving, et cetera. And I always think that I wish there was a way to, find runners when they retire to hire, because I think you're the best type of people, driven, especially for my company, very driven, goal-oriented, et cetera. And I think sometimes it's probably oh, what do I do now? So does that exist? A group that works with runners when they retire that maybe business owners could reach out to if they have the same interests, or if not, I would love to help runners if they ever needed help with making their resume business facing, because I think you can spin everything you're doing into business strategy or something like that. So just curious if that exists already, and if not, why not? Love you, bye.
Love you, bye.
Love
Hi,
you,
Lydia.
bye.
We love you.
That's
Great.
that's our big fan.
That's our girl. This exists. It's called the Bell Lap, and their mission is we guide professional track and field athletes as they transition from sport to business. I worked with the Bell Lap, so they have a really great career coach on staff. They just like opened up a Boulder cohort this last year. They like had a happy hour, and it's really cool. Like you
and is the Bell Lab specifically just track and field? It's just track and field.
Yeah. It's a former and now again exec from Nike that founded this and has brought on a really great staff. My Mary Lou Kieran is the career coach, and Mary Lou is my girl. Like she helped me tailor my resume. She helped me with my LinkedIn. She coached me through all my interviews for my job. Like really, really helpful, because athletes have you finish running, throwing, jumping, and you're like, I don't have any skills, and it is panic inducing. And then someone tells you like, actually you do have all these skills, and then you get to sort of practice them and work through them. So but they would I'm sure love a little connection. Lydia, I'd happily connect you to
hook her up.
The founder. I'll hook you up, girl. Like they're really great. Okay. Should we do one more?
Let's do one more. Yeah.
Okay.
We got hold on before he plays, because first off, thank you to everybody who calls in. Sometimes we get a lot of voicemails, and we just can't play them every single episode. But we do try and work. We try and get to them. Either right when you call in the next week's episode, whenever it is, we're trying to get to them. So thank you for calling in. Do you have the number off the top of your head? 856
279
0080.
Yes, my king. 856-279-0080.
So call in. You know the deal. Call in if you want us to talk about something, have a question, whatever it is. We really appreciate it.
Okay. Here's the final one we'll play today.
Yeah.
Again, we'll try to get to all of the voicemails.
Hi guys, you already know that I'm calling because I love the pod. You saved my runs and I'm not feeling motivated. It's like I have two friends running with me, so thank you for that. I have a question I want to ask based on true events. I found myself running beside a railroad track, and there was a black backpack that looked kind of suspicious, but it could also be because I listen to a lot of true crime podcasts. So I brought this up with friends before, and we've gone down a whole rabbit hole. Would you look in or pick up the backpack? I did not, because I was certain that it would get me involved in some crime syndicate or something really sketchy, and I'd probably end up on a Netflix docuseries.
It's a severed head in there.
To know what you guys would do. And in that same vein, what is the weirdest thing that you've come across when running? Lately, or my most recent encounter, I'm going to have to say on trend with some of your topics, was a prophylactic hanging in a tree. And the best part is that it's on this road called Dick Woods. So, I don't know what's going on over there. I have an idea. And I love you guys. Thank you so much. Bye.
Love you. Bye.
Prophylactics are popping on Dickwood Road.
Oh, good place to fuck. So would you open up the backpack? That's the question, huh?
Yeah, what are you doing with the backpack?
I would imagine I'd probably look at it. I mean, I guess it depends on the run. If I'm on a walk and I see the backpack, I probably definitely would pick it. I would definitely.
Shut up. Are you serious?
Just see what's going on in there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
No?
No way.
Like, have you ever like come across, like, let's say like a, I don't want to say like a diary, but like there's like a notebook out or something, or like notes, and you pick it up and you read it, and you kind of get like this secret like glimpse into a life that and you're like, oh wow, this is very interesting. You've never done something like that.
This is a sociologist in you. Absolutely not. I'm calling the authorities.
You're seeing a backpack and calling the cops?
Well, it depends on where it is, and it depends on how creepy it is. Like, maybe it is a piece of evidence in a crime that needs to be solved.
Well, what's making this, I think we're letting our imaginations run a bit wild. What is so creepy about the backpack? If you just see a backpack out there, my initial reaction isn't it's a severed head. And if it was a severed and if it was a severed head, even more reason to open it up and alert the authorities.
Well, I wouldn't yeah.
That's worst case scenario. Now, best case scenario is there's something fun in there for me. Worst case scenario, severed head, and it's like, okay, good. I found a severed head, and I call the cops. There's a serial killer out there who is getting super sloppy and just leaving his heads lying around. Let's get him off the streets. He's panicking. That's worst case scenario. Best case scenario, like there's something really fun in there, and maybe money, maybe something else. But I'm certainly gonna look.
I'm absolutely not gonna look. And I've been known to call a non-emergency police line.
You have?
Every once in a while. Oh yeah.
What were, like, in what circumstance are you calling the cops?
Like, when have I called the cops? Or
yeah,
what?
like why have you been calling the non-emergency helpline?
Being behind a very erratic driver.
Okay.
I saw a lady probably ODing.
Okay.
Things like that.
Yeah. So you, like, long story short, you were behind the lead car in Atlanta. You called it in.
Called it in. Yeah. I'm calling it in.
Okay.
We're living in a crazy world.
Yeah.
And sometimes you got to drop an anonymous or a non-anonymous tip.
No, those aren't horrible reasons. Those aren't horrible reasons.
I've got some tips on the AIU line. I'm vigilante justice over here.
But you wouldn't call the non-emergency helpline on a backpack just lying in the road. Now, I think, look, if I'm on a run, I probably won't even notice the backpack.
Yeah, I probably wouldn't notice it either. But if it's a run that you do all the time and you don't think there should be a backpack there, my mind is probably going to fixate on it, and I'm probably going to have to call the non-emergency cops and say, hey.
Okay, so you are calling. Let's be honest. So you are calling the cops. Okay,
I'm probably calling.
Okay.
I'm probably calling. You never know what it's going to be. You never know. I have found, I don't really find anything that weird on runs, but like I have found money, like more than once, and that's cool.
Oh, this is, I found something. I don't think it was on a run, but I found this kind of plays into this. It was almost like, I don't want to say it was a suicide note because I don't think it was, but it was kind of like a cry for help in writing form. Somebody it was in Boston. I think it was one of my first or second years at Northeastern. And I saw like a note on the ground, and it was like a page ripped up, and on it was written, like, it was basically a cry for help. And it was
oh, that's so sad.
And it was very like, I hold on to things like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, I was like, oh, this is, and that's probably started what makes me be like, now I want to look in the backpack because there's, you never know what you're going to get. But it was very moving. And I was like, oh, I can't believe I'm the one who picked this up.
That is moving.
Yeah. And I'm like, I
hope they're okay.
I hope they're okay. I hope they're still with us.
Yeah.
But
it's worth it. It's worth it. We love you.
We love you.
We love you.
Yeah.
But okay, so you're gonna look in the bag and I'm gonna call the cops.
Yeah, two drastically different choices.
What do you got going on this week?
This week, I don't have much on the schedule. What about you? Meetings with Sam Altman, burying bodies, figuring out how to mass surveillance all the people. What do you do?
Not that. Yeah. No, I haven't seen Will in a while, so I'm sure, I don't know, maybe we'll go on a date or something. But
you'll go down to what was it? Hardwoods Road?
It took me a minute to get that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe.
Maybe.
Well, on that note, we'll see you guys next week.
Yeah, thanks for tuning in. Love you. Bye.
Love you. Bye.